jaw hurts.
Ow, his jaw hurts. Anyways, welcome back to another episode of the Morning Oddity. I feel like we should be we could be recording anything right now. We could quickly steer this ship and finish off our cryptids episode, but do I feel like doing that on a weekday?
Yeah.
Not really.
Yeah, this is actually the beginning of our new podcast where we exclusively talk about My Little Pony.
My Little Pony talk, brony talk.
Yeah, brony talk.
Because I'm sure there's not other brony podcasts out there.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Right. The Pink Twilight Sparkle.
Yes, that's the purple.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's a purple one. Pinkie Pie. Whatever the yellow one's name is. Good. It's good.
Applejack, because that one's named after alcohol.
Hey, Applejack, that's a good one. I'll tell you. And you know what? It's a normal thing for children, for girls. Well, for children, that weird creeps have to, ruin. With many fandoms, often.
My little sister watched that show when she was a kid, and I have thus seen it before, and it's very well made for a kid show.
Yeah, it's like a whole anime arc.
Yeah, it's very well made for a kid show, but maybe not my
what? I did not expect to be talking about that, but I'm glad we are. I'm glad we're here.
Yeah.
Prior to recording, and why I took some extra time when you said you were ready and everything, and I was kind of ready, but not really. I just I was debloating. I put my Windows on Ozempic, so to say. I've thought about getting Linux, just going straight into Linux, but I'm like, you know what? I'm used to Windows, but you know what? All the bloat, the AI,
you're
the
talking about
Copilot. Well, I'm also doing that.
I'm like, what did you put your Windows on?
On my own level. But like your computers, Colton. We are on a computer speaking to each other via the World Wide Web. But no, literally debloating Windows. Because you know what, I'm used to Windows, but I've been really getting sick of the updates and like how it gives me the whole startup thing again. Like, do you want 365? Are you sure you don't want it? Are you positive at 100% sure that you don't want 365 subscription? And going through all that again on every update, and the Microsoft Copilot weighing it down, and Bing. No more Bing here.
Bing.
I know you made fun of me for using Bing before.
No more.
It's Bing no more. Okay, I am a brave.
Yeah. Who do you think you are, Andrew Garfield in the Amazing Spider-Man?
I'm a brave boy and a brave new world because I'm using Brave. Nice. It's a quick zippy browser. I like it. And yeah, just quick and zippy. I don't have the fancy animation. I mean, I have my background. I have what I want, okay? I have what I want on my system rather than all this extra bloatware, 500 installations of Microsoft Bing Assistant, Photo Assistant, AI Assist. I just wanted to go back to basics, and I want to play games. I want to play games on my PC.
Yeah.
And that's all I really need it for anymore. I don't need Microsoft Office. I'm done with that. If I really need to type up a resume, or if I get back into school,
Are you saying that you don't casually use Microsoft Teams when you're at home?
Right. Yeah, I just mess with it when I'm bored, and yeah, everything is I'll share even. I'll show you how I got everything how I want. It's quick and zippy, got a cool background. It's all I need. Got my Steam.
Nice.
Look how fast that was.
Ooh.
No more bloat.
Nice.
Yeah. I could just get into what I want. If I want to play some Lies of P right now, I could do that.
Nice.
Probably wouldn't be a good idea while recording a podcast.
Totally
but,
pause the podcast just to play some video games.
just completely ignore Colton, and you can watch me play Lies of P.
Yeah, we'll upload an episode
stream
one
it.
of these days
We'll just
it's just me watching you play a video game.
you watching me play and occasionally reacting or commenting on something, and I'm like, yeah, oh, that thing is, oh, it's technically not Pinocchio, or oh yeah, Geppetto's, like, you know, and
we should do. I should be a backseat gamer while you
gaming.
play a Souls-like game.
Yes.
You playing a genre of video games that out of the two of us, you are clearly the expert on. And I know nothing about.
Extra as in the one that slaved away and slogged through 10 years ago, and it just clicked with me, right? But I'll talk about that more. It's a couple years old at this point, but there's a new DLC that just released.
Ooh.
And it was on sale for half off.
Nice.
And I tried it before on the Game Pass. And I was like, oh, this is great. But then I got tired of paying for Game Pass because I only played like 2 games on it.
Yeah.
I don't need Forza Horizon, whatever version. Like, that's fun, but like, they really push that on you. Like, in Black Ops 6 and 7 and 8. I just want to play the games that I want to play, and I don't want to pay for games that I don't play.
Right.
You know? But yeah, I played a bit of it. And I was like, well, I got it for free, kind of for free on the Game Pass. I'll just play it on there. But then I was like, damn, this would be really good on the Steam Deck. And I've heard it's good on the Steam Deck. And guess what? It's good on the Steam Deck.
Nice.
I can run, with some AI with some frame generation. I can run at a pretty much solid 60 FPS at low settings. I mean, but with the DLSS and everything. So it doesn't look like garbage. But it looks fine for portable.
Yeah.
And then just on my main rig, I can just max it out and 120. I lock it at 120 FPS. That's all I need. But it's a phenomenal little. Well, to call it a Souls-like would be short selling it. Honestly, it is its own animal. Obviously, it pulls a lot from. I would say it pulls the most from Bloodborne and visual style and a bit in combat, but also Sekiro. It's a really good blend of that.
It's a P-like.
Studio 8, the developers, Korean developers, they just figure funny. You get to modify and upgrade your P organ in the game. Not even lying.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Your bladder.
But, yeah. Well, or your other thing, your member. But
hey, I was keeping it clean.
Oh yeah.
Innocent.
We're on more. Yeah, your bladder. Okay, you get to modify and upgrade your Pinocchio's bladder. And yes, your nose doesn't grow. However, lying is a mechanic in the game. And you get the true ending.
No, your other thing grows.
Huh?
No, your other thing grows.
Your other thing. Yeah, but we're keeping it clean here. We're talking about your
bladder. Your bladder grows.
It grows.
You really should see a doctor.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Well, but you can hold more, but it's not good to hold it that long, guys. Okay, go when you have to go. But no, it's they've really fine-tuned like the kind of Souls-like experience, the Bloodborne experience into their own thing, and like using the actual lore and the adapting Caro Capaldi's books of Pinocchio, the Adventures of Pinocchio,
nice.
And like making that make sense and like making it in like a Souls kind of way. But it's a lot more story-driven than like a Souls game, like and linear, but it's still got offshoot paths and stuff, and it's tough too, like. But there's I guess I'm just talking about now. There's a really cool weapon system where you can swap different blades and handles. So like when you obtain more weapons in the game, for the most part, you can customize it however. Like if you like a certain blade. Like I got a huge bone saw blade that I put on this other like rocket handle, and you combine those two, like you can cater to exactly your playing style and like what kind of
Nice.
weapons you like to use. Like, so if you really like the damage type or like speed that a weapon has, but you don't quite like the move set, you can switch to another handle and have the move set of another weapon with the damage and special abilities of the blade.
Nice.
And that adds a lot more creativity, and I'm sure for New Game Plus it'll be a lot of fun. But there's also just like boss weapons. They don't have interchangeability, but they're just really good. Like every boss weapon is good, at least good in this game. Like there's the better ones, obviously, but like it's not like full to the brim with weapons like some of the Dark Souls or Elden Ring.
Yeah.
It's more in line with Bloodborne, where you have a smaller selection, but they're all cool in their own way, especially with the swapping,
Yeah.
the customization. But like, and there's some boss weapons that straight up kind of rip off of other Souls games, like the transformations and stuff definitely pulls from Bloodborne,
Uh-huh.
But no, it's a good time, and it's a beautiful. I love the atmosphere. It's a beautifully made game,
Nice.
and it's still on sale, and I think it's a good Souls like for players like you that get it, that like understand it, but like you just don't have the time to grind and explore a whole convoluted world.
Yeah.
It's a much more linear experience. It's it's a bit more in line, I guess, with the level design. Well, the level design of Bloodborne, but the linearity of Sekiro.
Right.
And it's got the parry mechanics and stuff, but it also, you don't have to be great at parrying. Like it doesn't force it on you.
Yeah.
But no, it's a great time. It's a great little. In fact, I've been leaning more towards just AA games lately because the industry is just so. I'm gonna use this word again. I think this is a fitting word. The industry is so bloated.
Yeah.
And
That's like one of the big reasons over the last few years I've been so into like emulation and retro gaming.
Right.
Because I'm like,
Go back to
part of me, yeah, it's simple. It's just playing a video game, and I feel like sometimes
I'm not gonna lie.
the big AAA games are too
quadruple
much.
I tried to go back to Assassin's Creed Odyssey because that's genuinely my favorite Assassin's Creed of this era.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
And not for being an Assassin's Creed game, but just for being cool.
It's just a solid like open world RPG game.
Ancient Greek times with Greek gods and all that. But I genuinely one of my favorites. I installed it and attempted to play it on Steam. I had to go through so much bullshit just with the Uplay and the updates, and you have to be online all the pop-ups for the store and like ads for their other games, and it was just so much, like I said, bloat.
Mm-hmm.
It just took me out of the experience. It made it frustrating just to even get into the game.
Yeah,
and I'm not playing it for that reason.
I hate the Ubisoft Connect. I mean, I remember a while back we did a Video Games in Time episode on the All Drunk podcast, and Assassin's Creed Syndicate was on there. And I remember in preparation for that episode, I attempted to play it, and I couldn't because on that game in particular, the Ubisoft Connect was completely broken. And I couldn't get it to launch at all.
A lot of their older games don't even work anymore, or so frustrating that people like. They have so many great games in the past that I would love to play, but there's so much bloat and so much.
It's one of the reasons why I
go through just to start it up.
I have the Ezio games and Black Flag on the Nintendo Switch. And
and it doesn't.
And I prefer I prefer to play it on those.
You can just play the game.
Yeah, you just play the game. There's no bullshit that comes.
You click on the game, and you play the game.
Yeah.
Wow.
Those
what a revolution! And
those Ezio remasters are not perfect. I think they butcher the art style a little bit.
Oh yeah, I mean
But
you're not getting the true,
yeah,
experience, but at least you're playing it and enjoying
yeah,
it.
but yeah, at least I'm
Um,
just playing it and not dealing with all the bloat and crap.
yeah.
Uh,
I think we're gonna do a whole dedicated episode of this. You mentioned it because the anniversary is coming up, but I've been playing Phantom Pain again,
oh
Metal
yeah,
Gear Solid 5, and I got the definitive edition and everything.
nice.
And I messed around slightly with some moddings. I had to mod that like realistic gun textures and make them and rename them to the real names to make it a little bit more immersive. And stuff like I did mess around with a reshader, but I ended up just taking it off. The game still looks good. It's aged like a
Yeah,
fine wine.
I've not messed with
I'm
a ton of
really having
mods. At
fun with
one point,
that.
I had a mod that added
Um,
an outfit to the game that just made you look like Solid Snake.
yeah, I have a couple little ones like
Like,
that. And I just realized that you can install your own custom MP3s to to the cassette soundtrack.
oh yeah, yeah,
So I could just play I have this 80s mix I made, and I can
nice.
play the music I want in the game, and
Yeah.
and
Have,
not
have,
through
an,
another privilege
have an
in
episode of the
game.
Odd Drunk podcast
Yeah.
in.
Yeah. Literally. I could have Punished Venom Snake listen to us yapping about while stealthing around. But no, that's just great. And that's another game where I'm like, I just open it up.
Yeah.
It plays well. It's still great to this day.
Works.
And it works great phenomenally on the Steam Deck. Like shockingly well. And
it runs flawlessly. Oh,
yeah. I mean, and I'm
yeah.
on pretty high settings pretty much. The only thing I've toned down is like the volumetric lighting and shadows. But pretty much it's not much different experience, except of course I get uncapped frames on my I get more frames, and with my I installed a script that allows uncapped frames and ultra wide support.
Oh, nice.
And the Phantom Pain on ultra wide is a sight to behold.
Nice.
Okay. Most new games support it now, but a lot of older ones luckily people developers create support for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's getting back to the point, getting rid of bloat and just getting what you need and what you want.
Yeah.
And I have a recommendation for the actual script that I used to de-bloat my system. I did a custom in the settings. You can do default mode where it takes everything out, all the extra Microsoft load, all the extra even third-party apps. I did a custom one where I answered each question to I said yes to most of it. I was like, yeah, trim the fat, get rid of the bloat. But there was a couple things where I was like, oh, actually, I do like that, I want to keep that. But it is, and I'll share it to the screen as well, so you can just see it here. Because actually, I'll just share it to you. No. But it's called Windows 11 debloat by Refire. Refire Windows 11 debloat. And you literally just go in your terminal, run the script, and it goes through if you want to just do default mode or custom mode, or like pick exactly which apps you want to keep. And I just did the number 2 option, custom mode. And it runs up through that, and I can already tell my system's running faster. I don't have all these pop-ups constantly. Windows Copilot going on the side, like saying, hey, do you want help on this or this?
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't need that. If I really, really want to use AI in any capacity, I can pull up ChatGPT on my phone. But I really just want my PC. In fact, what's funny, and I think this is a good practice for anyone, especially if you're just into gaming. If you just use your computer for gaming and you pretty much just have a dedicated gaming PC, what is the point in having all these antivirus softwares like Norton and browsing protection softwares when you shouldn't even really? I don't browse on my PC.
Yeah.
Like, I play games. I occasionally go to a website like Nexus Mods maybe, or YouTube every once in a while. But our, some other mod site for like some of the Doom mods and it's things like that. But like I
yeah, I'm
occasionally,
like,
very rarely
my
browse. Like I
lap
don't just browse.
when I use my laptop, I mostly um just use like YouTube,
Right.
and then
I mean,
and then I do the podcast. But
so
I
here's the
don't
thing.
really even use my laptop for stuff. Like,
Here's
at
the
all.
thing. I mean, we're in a. If you're a PC gamer with your computer, or just even the average computer desktop user, which who is really, you're either a PC gamer or you're in the tech industry. That's the only, or like business, and like that's the only reason you would need a desktop, right? Most people do all their browsing on their phones, YouTube, all their social media. You do YouTube on your TV. Like there's no really reason, and it does add so much more risk when you're just browsing on your PC. But when you don't do it, there isn't the risk,
Yeah.
and mine is just pretty much dedicated for gaming. So yeah, that was another reason I was like, I'll get rid of this bloat. I don't need all this antivirus stuff. Windows, Microsoft built in antivirus and security is well enough.
Yeah.
Like it will literally, if you install something that it thinks is malicious, it will uninstall it before it's installed. You know what I mean? So you're gonna be fine. Just don't search porn on your gaming PC.
Yeah.
That's a good tip. Or don't, and if I want to explore the deep web, use Tor browser at least. But just don't. Okay? Let someone else
do have Norton on my computer right now.
I do have it.
And let me tell you, Norton
but it's
fucking
bloatware.
sucks. It's
like, malware, dude.
Yeah,
it is malware. It's literally malware that you choose to have on your computer that gets into the roots of your system.
Yeah.
To supposedly protect it and make things more efficient when it's just bloating it.
Yeah.
Just don't be an idiot. Don't click on random links in your email or on browsers. Use, well-regarded, reviewed, safe sites. Like when 99% of my modding, for instance, is on Nexus because I know Nexus is moderated and has tons of, administrators and it's safe.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go to, click this link here to get Bloodborne on PC. No, okay? I don't have time for that, and I don't need malware. I don't want malware and some foreign guy to get in my system and bloat it with porn and more unsavory things.
Yeah.
I don't need that. I don't want that, and I just be smart while you're browsing. That's all I'm saying. And you don't need all that. There was something else I wanted. Well, do you have anything? Do you have anything?
I do want to talk about briefly. I did. Well, first of all, I did get around to watching the Minecraft movie.
All right, Chicken Jockey.
It's exactly what everyone said it was. It's very weird, but I didn't hate it. It was entertaining.
I thought it was fun. I saw it in theaters and I was like, this isn't just dumb.
Like, I don't know if I would watch it again.
Weird, right?
But I don't regret. I don't feel like I wasted my time.
Well, it's the same director from Nacho Libre and Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah, which
so it has that weird.
You can feel that it's
tone and humor to it.
No, I thought it was okay. It was weird. It was very, very, very strange. But I enjoyed it enough.
Jack Black just being Jack Black.
Oh yeah.
Like
I'm hoping that he just becomes the default video game movie guy. Dark Souls
Legend
movie.
of Zelda. Oh my
Jack
god.
Black.
He would slay in a Dark Souls movie.
Legend of Zelda, Jack Black. You got to get him in there.
And no, not as just a cameo.
No, he has to be a main character.
Knight Solaire or the Onion Knight would be perfect for him, but no, the main character.
Yeah.
And
Like
Just be Jack Black. Just be.
just make Jack Black the default video game movie actor.
Especially for like the voiceless protagonist.
Yeah.
Throw him in there.
Link.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jack Black.
Dude,
Why
oh
not?
my god. The
Fucking go
Nintendo
for it.
fans would riot if in the first like live action adaptation
Jack Black.
it's Jack Black as Link. Just
Like,
being Jack Black.
do a cyberpunk.
Just wearing a green t-shirt.
Do a
and the
cyberpunk.
cap,
you could get
know?
Keanu Reeves to reprise as well.
Yeah, of course.
And then Jack Black as V.
V. Yeah. I think that's a given.
Yeah.
We don't know what V looks like canonically.
No, we don't. Yeah, he could look like Jack Black.
Could.
But so I watched that. But I want to talk a little bit more about. I got around to watching Predator Killers, Killer of Killers.
All right.
And it was good. Have you watched it yet?
Yeah, I liked it. I think well, I know you have your reservations. I like the art style.
Yeah.
I like that it's an anthology series. It's something I've always kind of wanted, like seeing Predator, and I think everyone wanted seeing Predator in different time periods, getting up to mayhem and shenanigans. And I thought it started off strong with the Viking episode, I guess, and explaining why Predator uses shield because that warrior used shield, the Viking warrior, and stuff like that. I thought that was cool. I thought the samurai episode the ninja one was really good because not a lot of dialogue, but it just let the emotions and the visuals kind of carry it. I thought it kind of took a weird left turn towards the World War II episode. I don't know. I thought it was fun. I thought
that was cool.
I
I thought the World War II character worked because he kind of served as a more relatable character for modern audiences and an easy way, like a good way to tie the whole movie in together. My only reservation about it is that even though I thought the art style was really well done, something about just being an animated movie, it doesn't have the same vibe as as the original Predator or as even like Prey, and that's something I really like about the Predator movies.
Because Predator, I think, benefits so much more from like real sets, practical effects, the mud, the dirt, the blood,
So that's my only reservation, which is why I wouldn't put it above Predator 1 or 2 or even above Prey. But if we got more stuff like this though, I would be very happy.
I think it sets up a really cool potential movie or potential sequel to this, even if it's animated. But I think it'd be really cool to see, because the Predators movie, featured a bunch of, I can't remember. I know, what's his name was in it. Topher Grace was in it. I know that.
Yeah.
And the guy, what's his name? He was in Fallout.
Walton Goggins.
Walton Goggins was in it.
Yeah.
He was like a serial killer, or one of them was, or multiple of them were. But they were all like prisoners and like ex-gang member or current gang members, things like just killers, like bad people, all abducted, put on the planet to like fight each other or while getting hunted, I think with the Colosseum thing, like they fight each other and then they fight the King Predator, which the King Predator had apparently like a xenomorph cape.
Oh yeah.
The bones and
what I like
another
about
Predator's skull as his mask.
What I liked about this,
so we get more Yacha lore,
Yeah.
Well,
what I liked about this too was we saw this with Prey, because kind of the franchise had moved a little bit away from that like pure they hunt for sport.
There's different clans and they have different
Yeah,
rules.
And I understand like that. Yeah, I understand there's the different clans and all that, but like they hunt for sport is the cool part of Predator. It's what I think makes them scary. It's the most dangerous game type of situation. Like that's what makes them cool and
Yeah.
scary. And the franchise kind of moved a little bit away from that being like the pure like thing that they're doing. Prey came out
That brought it back.
and kind of brought it back, and then this kind of just reaffirmed like, no, we're doing this. The Predators hunt for sport. They hunt for the glory of the kill. They hunt to be the best. That's why they do
I thought you were about to say they don't. Yeah. Yeah, and I thought it was a cool idea. Like, they're all from different time periods, but then because of time dilation and whatever, are being frozen, they're all pit against each other and everything. And I love that the Viking lady, made the final sacrifice and went back down. That was awesome.
Yeah.
And the language, like, they couldn't understand each other. Just yelling at each other. And I like how the World War II kid knew a little bit of Japanese, because that makes sense.
Oh, yeah,
He could somewhat communicate with the Ronin character. But no, I thought it was cool, and I thought it was, is it the best Predator ever? I mean, no, I think that either goes to the original or to Prey.
I agree.
I'm kind of, I don't know. I think it's heresy to say anything's better in the original, but Prey was really good. And I like that it connects to that. Like, we know what happened to her now. She was also captured as a trophy, essentially, or like I said, it would be cool to see a movie.
Yeah, we don't know if they're capturing them as trophies,
like the really tough warriors that kill a Predator. Do they go back for them?
Yeah,
and
we don't know, like, is their motivation
too,
because
like Arnold.
Is their motivation like these are trophies and then we're gonna do something cool with the trophies and make them fight each other, or is
put them on the planet?
No, these people are worthy to have a chance at
because they bested
glory, So and I like that they don't really explain that. I like that they leave it up to like interpretation of what exactly the motivations are.
You all kill each other, then you fight me. Like, what would happen in Yachtja culture if they managed to kill the Predator King? Would they be like the new king of that clan?
I don't know.
Would they they would? I know they would be honored, but like, how far would they go up the like? Would you be able to just go up Predator ranks if you managed to kill the Predator King?
Yeah, I don't know.
Or like how that whole thing works. I like how they showed like other Yachtja that looks more like the original that got killed. That was like a not traitor, but like exiled for whatever reason. I forgot exactly.
Yeah,
was either like slain in battle on a mission or something. I don't know, but I think that was cool. That we see that. Yeah, there's so many different clans and like subspecies of the Yachtja. You get the bigger, monstrous ones. You get the more closer to the original ones. You have like kind of more like the stealthy one, No, but I thought it was good and adds more to the lore. And we got Predator Badlands coming out November. I think it looks promising. People are making fun of the young Yachtja, but I like that we're going to see how they earn their, place, as a part of the clan and or whatever. And like the first trials they go through. I know, like, in Alien versus Predator lore, like, it was established that they become like the younglings, the young Yachtja would have to go fight and hunt xenomorphs.
Yeah,
I think they're steering away from that. A lot, but they also are still connected because the girl in the trailer is a android, a Weyland Yutani android, which also connects to Blade Runner.
My understanding is it's like the xenomorphs.
We could very much get an Alien versus Predator like reboot.
Yeah,
but like a good one.
My understanding with like how that lore works with the crossovers is the alien stuff is canon in the Predator universe, but the Predator stuff is not necessarily canon in the Alien universe.
Right, but I think now it's starting to converge again because they can do it.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Ubisoft, the Watch Dogs, and Assassin's Creed thing that they keep doing.
Right.
Where like where like Assassin's Creed pretty much is canon in the Watch Dogs universe, but Ubisoft absolutely fucking refuses to just straight up say that they are the same universe, despite having a DLC for Watch Dogs Legion where you play as an assassin.
Right.
Like, but they're kind of doing that. They're going like, yeah, in Watch Dogs the assassins exist, but in the Assassin's Creed universe there is no crossover.
Right.
No, I feel
like it's
but I generally like I said, it's not my favorite Predator movie. But if we got more movies like this,
well, it's just cool. Like with animation,
like,
there's so many different stories you could explore, so many different ideas with animation that would otherwise not be put to the silver screen.
And
so I think that's.
I also just generally like too that they did this with Prey, but they don't like anglicize the characters and make them speak
Prey
English.
Was great. Like, they actually spoke. How was it, Comanche, or what was the actual tribe?
I don't remember.
I want to get this wrong. But they actually spoke the language. They did a whole dub in the language.
It's Comanche.
Yeah, Comanche. And yeah, they did a whole dub in Comanche. So you can watch a whole movie in Comanche, and like even in the English version, like whenever the French she gets captured or around the French settlers, the fur trappers, they're speaking French. There's no subtitles for it, so you're put in their their perspective. Mm-hmm. I think that's cool.
Yeah.
Of not understanding, and then just seeing the Predator fuck up a bunch of French settlers.
I love that because it was like, obviously you're not rooting for the Predator throughout most of the movie because he is the bad guy. You are rooting for the girl, but in that scene, for once, you kind of are rooting for the Predator because you're like, and it's very bold of them to be like, here's this monstrous alien who exists to murder, and the colonizers are still the bad guys.
Right? Yeah. I think
it's very bold of them to do that, and I love it.
Rooting. I think we're finally gonna get a movie where the Predator's protagonist.
That would be cool
in this sense, and Badlands.
Kind of like
be interesting.
I've seen this post go around online where someone pointed out, they're like, when they made the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, it was very bold of them to have in the second and third movie literal devil, like supernatural pirate, evil, like pure evil pirate, like literally doesn't have a heart character.
Oh, Barbossa, yeah.
No, Davy Jones.
The Davy Jones, yeah.
But then the real ultimate villain in those movies is the East India Trading Company.
Yeah.
And they're like, that's very bold of them.
Colonialism is the real villain.
Capitalism.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I think that sums it up. Yeah. What else? What do I want to talk about? I talk about Lies P. I talk about quick thing. Mm-hmm. I got a new knife.
Oh, sick. Nice.
It's got like a laser etched deer on it, and the serrated edge. Got it while I was in Jerome, Arizona. It's a really thin handle, like super lightweight.
I see that.
And I just keep it on me at all times. You don't
That's
even
awesome.
notice it.
Fuck yeah.
Like it. So that's the thing. It is from Deejo Knives.
Nice.
Deejo.
Nice.
They're a good brand.
Oh,
I wanted to talk about Superman.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just in general, well, for the new movies coming out, and I think
Comes out this weekend.
yeah, next episode will be at least I'll be doing a little review on it because
Yeah,
I'm gonna be seeing it this
I'm making
Saturday.
a point. I told
Um,
my partner. I said
are you making a point
I
to
want to
see
go
it?
see this in theaters.
Oh yeah, I
Probably not
mean this
opening
is.
weekend.
Mhm.
I'll probably wait a week because I just don't want.
But
I don't
this
want to
has
get the
honestly
crowds.
been my most anticipated movie of the year out of
Yeah,
everything. Because
same.
really, from everything I've seen from the trailers and from the press and from how the new actor David Cornsweet talks about it and how James Gunn did so well with Guardians of the Galaxy, taking no-name characters and making them household names, making it you really connect to a raccoon and a tree. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, so he did so well with Guardians of the Galaxy, and seeing him move and go to like the superhero, the original superhero,
Yeah,
and see what he can do with that.
yeah.
Has me excited, and
I'm very
um,
excited.
I
Just
I like that it looks bright, hopeful, optimistic, fun, comic booky.
I'm very
All-Star
eager.
Superman
Yeah,
is a big inspiration for it.
I'm very
Apparently,
very eager to
um,
see a Superman movie that captures kind of that hopefulness, that like
right. We haven't had that for a while.
that bright kind of golden era vibe that I
We haven't
really
really
love
had
from
that.
Superman.
Honestly, we haven't had that really since Christopher Reeve.
No, yeah, we haven't.
I mean,
Even the Brendan
even
Ralph Superman,
which that's supposed to be
it's
like
supposed to be the
sequel
same Superman
universe.
but even like
Yeah,
that Superman, while I don't hate that movie by any means,
it doesn't give
there's like a
you.
weird like sepia tone to that movie,
Well,
and
literally, yeah.
it doesn't like,
He has burgundy
yeah, like
trunks.
um
It's literally
and while
burgundy.
it's like I said, I don't hate that movie, but it still doesn't have like that golden era I feel quite. And yeah,
It
I think
doesn't.
the only other
He
movies
just is
that
like with Superman Returns, and also Snyder alert, Snyder fans, Snyder cultists out there. Even with like when Man of Steel, I watched that last night actually.
Mhm.
But I watched the. Let's watch that one, and there's a lot of things I like about it.
yeah, it's
I
not a
think
bad movie by any
the
means.
cinematography, and I think the combat, the fight choreography is amazing. Like actually showing the power and impact of these kinds of characters. But
Yeah, it
then
definitely gets the physicality of Superman
but then
right
there's
and all that.
a lot of other things that I think that just don't vibe with me and that don't scream Superman to me, like in that movie. Like for one, it doesn't have it's kind of dark and dreary, and he's a Superman that's wandering, that doesn't know his place in the world, and I think that can be explored.
Yeah.
But it doesn't immediately just scream Superman. It screams this is like an Elseworld Superman, and that's how I see the Snyderverse now.
By no
appreciate
means do I dislike
I
that
appreciate the Snyderverse now more, just thinking of it as this is an Elseworlds like DC universe.
yeah. I
Um,
like Henry Cavill. I like the movie's totally fine. I like the idea of a lot of it, but it's just like, to me it always felt just like it was exactly what you would expect a 2010s Superman movie to be.
coming off the bat of the Dark Knight and everything. Let's
And
go
that
dark
just,
and let's go
I just don't think Superman.
epic.
Well, it's not that I don't think he can work at all in a dark setting, and it's not that the
Like,
comics
he
never
has
do
to
dark
be
stuff.
right.
But-
If Superman's in a dark setting, he's still Superman.
Mhm.
He's still the one that shines bright and that gives hope and that
because
stands
ultimately
out.
it's not that you
But
can't.
when you
do
literally
a good,
his costume isn't much different than Zod's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. like you.
In one part of the movie they're like, oh, don't shoot the blue one, and I'm like, how could you tell?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
literally his costume's darker. But no,
I mean,
my
you,
three
you
main
can make him work in that setting, but it's like that's not what I love about Superman. I
Yeah.
don't love Superman because of his powers. I don't
And
love
then that
Superman because he's an
movie kind of
alien. I love him
Yeah.
as a character because he's
And-
hope. He's
and what I've heard about this new film, the new Superman, is that it focuses this so much more on his actual character, his good nature, his care. Like, there's way more scenes of him actually saving people.
Yeah.
Like, going out of his way. Like, Superman will go out of his way and actually get beat up by the bad guy as long as he's saving innocent,
It's
human.
like the important thing with Superman is it doesn't matter how strong he is. Because simply being strong does not mean you know what the right thing to do is.
Exactly.
That's what makes Superman
that kind of leads me to my 3 main key points of what brings down Man of Steel for me, why I don't see it as a definitive Superman movie. If you do, great, good for you. But for me, personally, because my first experience with Superman actually was Christopher Reeve. I remember watching it on the reruns. And I still to this day, and I doubt this movie's going to change my mind, but I hope maybe it will. I mean, I kind of want it to, but still to this day, I believe he is the best, most accurate depiction of Superman, the way he goes to Clark Kent and he changes his demeanor, all that, his whole vibe.
It's really, I rewatched.
But also just one of the greatest superhero
fairly recently
portrayals.
And it is quite remarkable how he just physically changes between Clark Kent and Superman. Like
the whole dinner scene, the interview, he does the interview of Lois Lane as Superman, you know, standing tall, proud, and like Miss Lane. And then he flies around and then stumbles in as Clark Kent, pushing up. It's like, Miss Lane, like, you know, being the nerd.
Which one is it? I want to say it's the second one. I don't remember. But he's like, there's a scene where he's going to tell Lois.
Yeah, and he like goes.
And you see she's in the other room, and he kind of, for a moment, takes off his glasses and stands up. And then he changes his mind or whatever happens. Yeah, it's...
And just him saving a cat out of a tree, like fighting and solving all those crimes. And like, you see him most of the time, he's not using his brute strength.
Well, I think my favorite moment my favorite Superman moment, which I think encapsulates his character, is in All-Star Superman in the comic. There's a 1-page scene where there is a girl who is going to jump off a building, and there's, you know, the cops and the people gather around the bottom of the building, and Superman flies up and appears behind her and kind of just puts his hand on her shoulder and is just like, talks to her. And why I like that is because he absolutely could physically grab her and just bring her to the ground.
Ma'am, you're coming down here.
Yeah, and of course, like, if she had jumped, he probably would have. He wouldn't have let her actually die. But he knows.
Actually takes the time to talk.
That's not what's going to solve.
That's not going to solve the problem.
Like he knows better. And the thing is, and they don't explore it more. But the you know, what if you know Superman's character? He's the type of character that in that situation he would talk her down, and then he would probably keep tabs on her.
He would check in on her, visit her.
He would probably check in on her.
Hear everything and whatever.
He has a superhero hearing. He could probably, because he would probably want to be like, no, I want to actually make sure she's doing okay.
Yeah,
and that's Superman.
So going back to the Christopher Reeve movie, a couple points that stand out for me. For one, in the first movie, when Lex sends the 2 nuclear warheads, one in the East Coast, one San Andreas Fault, and this is this adds to it, but Miss Tessmacher saves them from drowning with tonight and says, "Can you please promise this? Save my mother first, the one that's heading towards New Jersey or whatever." And he does.
Yeah.
He does that, and so he keeps his promise, and then he pushes up to San Andreas Fault. You get all these cool scenes of him just saving people. And, you know, that's such a core, and that's something we lost in Man of Steel. Like, he saves maybe 2 people in the family at the end when he snaps Zod's neck. But, like, it's more... Man of Steel focuses so much more on the punching and the destruction and the power. levels
There's a good
rather than what actually is the core of Superman, which is that he just cares.
there's a good
And
animated Superman movie.
check
It's
out My Adventures with Superman.
I haven't watched
by
that,
the
but
way.
I've heard it's really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Anyways,
there's a good
going
animated
on-
version of Superman where it's an adaptation of Death of Superman. Yeah,
I probably
I think you can watch it on HBO. It's part of like the the
I recently upgraded. I got the
whatever the DC animated universe. That's the New 52 inspired one that happened between like 2010 and like a couple years ago.
Not my favorite DC universe.
But there's a few good movies in there, and this is one of
Yeah.
it. It's Death of Superman, and there's a scene he's fighting Doomsday at the end of the movie, and the entire fight he is constantly on his back on his back foot, not just because Doomsday is fighting him, but because he is constantly trying to keep people out of harm's way during the fight.
Yeah, and that's what I heard. The new Superman does. David Corn's he's constantly saving people and going out of his way, and that's a big part of it. But like in the in the Reeves movies, like when he's fighting Zod and Ursa or Feora and all in the city, and he starts noticing destruction, and he stops to start just going saving people, and they're like, oh, he cares about. That's true. Kryptonite isn't his biggest weakness. It's actually his heart. You know what I mean? And that's the of it. And then he realizes that, oh, if I keep fighting him here, more people are gonna probably die, and there's gonna be more destruction. So he leaves and he tracks to the Fortress of Solitude. He gets them away from the people. And then Man of Steel, there's zero care.
Destroys some buildings.
Destroys multiple city blocks at a time fighting Zod. Like, not just a building, but like the whole half the city or more is just gone in like one big move. Just flying Zod through buildings. And it's not just Zod flying him through buildings, Superman flying Zod through buildings. Stuff. And there's even a point where they get all the way to the stratosphere and outer space, hit the Wayne satellite. That's the Easter egg. They hit the Wayne satellite and everything. He could have taken Zod to the middle of nowhere, to anywhere, but they go right back down for the sake of plot and to Metropolis and rain down more destruction. And then it gets to the point where he has snap Zod's neck and everything. There's a couple other parts where he went out of his way to save people, like in the Smallville fight, which I think that was a good fight.
That was a much better
really
fight.
good one.
Yeah.
But the Superman versus Zod fight was just,
they could have made
Zack
it work.
Snyder was so focused on the spectacle and on the destruction and the power.
Like they could have made it work by being like, so there's the world terraformer or whatever's happening. So of course, like that's destroying shit, and he can't just not address that. But that's kind of part of my problem is he kind of doesn't address it until it's convenient. Like he
doesn't have
focuses
the
on
urgency.
Yeah, he focuses on fighting Zod.
And maybe it's a sense of this Superman is a bit more powered down compared to like Christopher Reeve because he doesn't have the Silver Age goofiness. But at the same time, even a more powered down version of Reeve's Superman would be going out of his way to make sure the least amount of destruction and casualties as possible.
He would be immediately trying to destroy the
he would
the
take
terraformer.
Zod. He would fight Zod out in the Antarctic or in some desert somewhere and make sure that it's kept away from civilian casualties. There wouldn't be, and that's in like Superman 2 and especially the Richard Donner, which is the best version, the ideal version.
Yeah.
But in Superman 2, he flees and they're like, oh, he's a coward and everything. But it's like, and then he tricks them and he whole switcheroo thing.
Yeah.
But like you see him, there's even a shot of him looking around, realizing like, and he doesn't say it, but you know what he's saying, what he's thinking, that if I keep fighting him, there's going to be more destruction.
Yeah.
And then he flees. That is, and like I said earlier, saving the cat out of a tree, like, that no problem is too small for Superman.
Yeah.
and like your example, and also Superman talking, contemplating to jump, but that's something that was severely lacking in Man of Steel for me because it was just so focused on the power scale and the spectacle that it didn't pay attention to those very important details that's core to Superman's character. Another thing that, and this is very stupid, a stupid thing, but the whole death of Paul Kent and Man of Steel, Kevin Costner, how he goes to, oh, you left the dog in the car and everything in the tornado, and he's like, no, and he tells Clark, no, not to save him, and he just dies in the tornado, and it's like, I get that you want him to, you don't want your adopted son to expose himself to the world and government, and he keep it on the down low. But there's even a part where he says, should I have saved those kids in the bus from drowning? Or should I have not saved them or something like that? And Paul Kent is like, maybe.
Yeah.
and I get the kind of thing, but it's the big difference is Superman could have easily saved Jonathan Kent from the tornado in that scene without anyone noticing.
Yeah.
Especially in all the ruckus of the tornado with the wind going everywhere and shit flying. He could have easily saved him. No one would have noticed.
Yeah.
It would have been fine. Or just have him go save the dog real quick. Hey, have him run normal speed.
Yeah.
A healthy young adult compared to old Kevin Costner. Just have him run normal speed, because even if he does that, no one notices. If he gets hit by debris, it's just going to go through him like butter.
Yeah.
He'll just rip through the car like tinfoil. No one
run
would
over, put on a show, and make it look like he's struggling a little bit.
Yeah.
So anyone who does see it, they're still going to be like, "Wow, that was super heroic and really cool of you."
That was heroic,
but they're not going to be like, "You're obviously an alien."
No. But going back to the Richard Donner version, Paul Kent dies very unceremoniously of a heart attack.
Yeah.
And that's when Clark learns that even with his amazing powers, being the most powerful being, he can't save everyone.
Yeah.
And that is such an important thing that was just taken away and just made so stupid in Man of Steel.
The lesson is supposed to be, it doesn't matter how strong you are.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
What matters is your character.
But then earlier in the movie, it sets us up, and this is the Silver Age power scaling, but it sets it up. Oh, but you can never tamper with history, turn back time. Marlon Brando tells him.
Until it's okay to do it.
Then it's okay to do it, because when Lois Lane dies and you see his scream, that's the one time it's like he could have saved her, but he just wasn't fast. He wasn't there.
Yeah.
So that's when he turns back time. But it's like and I will say it's a little lazy in the Richard Donner Superman 2 version, and even Richard Donner admitted this, and I didn't remember this, but at the end of it, after defeating Zod and everything, taking away their powers, throwing him down the pit and, on the Fortress of Solitude, he just, instead of doing the memory erasing kiss, which, that's stupid, the Richard Lester version, he just reverses time again. And they were like, we couldn't think of a better thing, especially with the footage that they had available.
Yeah.
Kick off of the film early on for Superman.
I like the memory erasing kiss, because that's just such a ridiculous power.
Right.
It's like, he can erase memories by kissing
you. He reverses time again, all the way to the point where Zod and the guys are back in Phantom Zone. None of it happened.
Yeah, that
was a little lazy. But getting the Paul Kent death is just so stupid. And there's no point to it. It's like, I could have saved you, an idiot, and now you just died for no reason. And another stupid thing in that movie, and this is the last stupid thing, and this is very minor and irrelevant to the plot, but it frustrates me so. When the whole black hole world engine, phantom engine thing collides and the plan goes, they're all absorbed, but Kryptonium start getting absorbed, and the literal miniature black hole, and Lois Lane is falling away from it. while buildings and rubble and all the Kryptonians are getting absorbed in, sucked in, and she's falling away, and Superman grabs her last second. I know, I get it,
Yeah.
that was so blaringly like they couldn't have thought of a better way for him to save her, or like, oh, he shows up, catches her at the last second before she gets sucked in the black hole, and then he uses his strength to get. No, she's literally just falling while everything else is sucked in.
Yeah.
But that's a very minor, just stupid thing. But the Pa Kent death and all the destruction, that really brings it down. I like the spectacle, and like I said, I think the Smallville fight is done well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and then I started Batman v Superman again because I'm like, you know what, I might as well check it out again because I watched Man of Steel, because it's just a shame. And I get it with the Cavill fans. Like, it's a shame that Cavill never got a real good shot at, I mean, being Superman. Like, I would have loved just to have him in a regular Superman movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he gets one movie, which is darker tone, but I'm like, you know what, I can work. But then it's immediately the Batman v Superman and immediately in the Justice League, and he's immediately getting killed by Doomsday, and they rush that and ruin the Doomsday whole plot, which is supposed to be a really like awesome part in the comics, but they just ruin it where Lex Luthor injects his DNA and so like it's amazing how quickly
to go back to that
the DCU guy,
Death of Superman
like there's
animated movie
projects in there.
To go back to the Death of Superman animated movie, which is also the Doomsday plot. That movie takes place. It's like the 10th or something movie in that animated universe.
Yeah.
The Justice League is all formed. They are all there. They participate in the fight. And all of that. And what happens is at the end when Superman dies, spoilers for the movie Death of Superman. When Superman dies at the end, you really feel that Metropolis and the Justice League and Lois and all of them
huge void
are really actually distraught about this.
Yeah. And
you don't feel that.
No. Because the Batman v Superman, for one, Batman was literally just trying to kill him like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Okay. With the kryptonite
spear. And
then he said Martha, and
he's
like, wait, you also have a mom named Martha, And Ben Affleck's Batman is so a dumbed down version of it. Like, if Zack Snyder really wanted to just do the Dark Knight Rises, just do that.
Yeah.
Don't do a weird speed run version of it. That doesn't make any sense.
It's also a bummer with that version of Batman because I have such mixed feelings. Because on one hand, I actually really like Ben Affleck as Batman. He's pretty good casting.
He's got the physicality. He's good casting. He acts it well, but it's just the way his Batman was written. Yeah. And I think that goes along with Cavill's Superman. I like Cavill as Superman. It's just the writing. It's just the plot that their characters are thrown into don't vibe or make sense with how they're traditionally
honestly
depicted.
The only two Snyderverse characters that I actually like how they were handled for the most part is Wonder Woman and Aquaman.
Yeah.
And Wonder Woman, it worked because it did a prequel.
Before 1984. That's when it gets.
But
you start noticing
at least the
Gal
the first
Gadot
one
is carried by good writing.
Yeah. Yes.
No disrespect to her, but she's.
Yeah. But the first Wonder Woman movie though is pretty solid. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
It's not like a 10 out of 10, but it's good. And the same with the Aquaman, the first one. Mm-hmm. Both of these are the first ones. Not a 10 out of 10 movie, but it feels very earnest and it feels very true to the character. The only problem I have with the Aquaman movie is it takes place after Justice League when it probably should take place before Justice League.
Right. And I think that's why so many, and I was burned too, but like so many Cavill fans were burned that he never really got a fair shot. He didn't get a proper solo sequel or, And yeah, the whole Doomsday fight, like when Doomsday shows up, and like, it's not even the. But anyways, why in the world doesn't he just let Wonder Woman kill Doomsday with a Kryptonite spear? Because she was actually doing pretty well against him.
That's true.
Solo.
Yeah.
She's a highly trained warrior, thousands of years of experience. Give her the Kryptonite spear, she could have killed him, and everyone lived. There's no death of Superman.
And then
but no, it's
and then they only bother to bring him back when it's Dark Side and
yeah.
or they don't care until then. I another thing I like about
and then you bring him back and you do a
of,
dark version, and this is before Homeland or anything was popularized, or like even Omni-Man. You bring him back and then you make him, he's, and you get the whole Kal-El no, part. But it's like when, and I was like, wow, they're really just destroying this character now, because I get the whole lapse of memory thing. But I highly doubt that Superman would just default to just, I'm going to kill everyone in front of me.
Yeah.
If he, forgot how he died, or whatever the whole explanation is. I forget, mother box, whatever. Yeah. But anyways, getting back to the new movie, I'm very excited for it. It's currently sitting at 86 critics nice. From the early screenings. And I've seen some early reactions. And these are all like one of them was from YouTube channels literally named Soups. But like the dude was actually crying and he was like, this is the first time I felt the same kind of hope and earnestness since the Reeves movie.
Nice.
And I hope it gives me that feeling when I see it. And that's kind of what it's like we've been wanting for so long, just to get another good, just normal, just Superman movie.
I'm excited that we're going to have a goof. I'm excited we're getting a goofy Clark Kent.
Yeah, and we're getting Trunks again. And we're getting David Quartz. So apparently, James Gunn even consulted the Trunks about the costume. Mm-hmm. He's like, "Did you guys try the Trunks?" And he's like, "Yeah, we tried different versions. We tried Speedo, blah blah blah. It just didn't work. We couldn't be taken seriously." And then James Gunn even was thinking, "Yeah, we just can't do the Trunks. It's just old fashioned." But then David Cornsweet was like, "No, we're doing the Trunks." Because Superman isn't supposed to be taken seriously.
Yeah. I saw an interview with David Cornsworth, and he
approachable. That makes him approachable. You have this godlike being, but you put him in spandex and bright colors and trunks.
Yeah,
it makes him relatable. It makes it where he's like a character the kids can run to, and
like he's
a mascot, like a Santa Claus type character.
Yeah,
and I love that he made that recommendation, the actual actor for Superman, and that he really cares. It seems like in every interview, he really understands Superman's character.
I also think the thing with the Trunks is that it's very likely that probably by 20 minutes into the movie, you won't be noticing them anymore.
No. It's
one of those things. You probably are gonna adjust if the tone of the movie is right. You will adjust to seeing the Trunks pretty fucking quickly, and you won't care. Like
for me, the Trunks have always been an afterthought. Like when I go back and watch the old ones, I mean, it just I don't know. It makes sense with that. Superman's supposed to like for me. Superman without Trunks is like Batman without his utility.
Yeah,
it's just weird.
Yeah.
And also, question.
Mm-hmm.
This is a total preference thing. Cape logo or no cape logo?
I go back and forth. I know I've said on the podcast before no cape logo. But
I say cape logo.
Yeah, I go back and forth on it, honestly.
I'll show you why. You gotta give me a second.
Pulling out
have this McFarlane
figures. Yeah.
Superman. This is the Silver Age Superman. He's pretty much like the Christopher.
Nice.
Okay, right?
Yeah.
Obviously that's clearly Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah. But on the back, Also, that's clearly Superman. When you see the back of him, you see any red cape. Oh, that could be Thor. That could be Shazam. But you see that, you know it's Superman.
Yeah, it's
Same
true,
thing with like
true.
the Spider-Man costume has got the spider on the back. If you don't have that, it just
Yeah.
it doesn't. I think depending on the suit, like I think a cape logo would be weird and off-putting on like Cavill's suit.
Yeah.
Or even
Yeah.
Brendan Routh's. You know what I mean? But like, if you're going for just the classic colors and trunks, you might as well do it.
Yeah, might as
You
well
know?
while you're at it. The
because-
other before we end the episode, I also want a side tangent, still Superman related.
Yeah.
While we're at
Okay.
it, because my partner brings this up all the time when I talk about
Also,
Superman.
I want to show you my new shirt,
Oh fuck yeah!
the Doctor Strange Records,
Hell
on my
yeah, that's
recent
awesome.
vacation.
But
Shout out to Doctor Strange Records,
yeah, great record store.
Yeah.
But
Rancho Cucamonga.
she brings this up when I talk about Superman, about the glasses, and how do people not how do people fall for that? And I want and I want to rant. I want to
It's an
rant.
explanation.
It's because I'll say, well, first of all, if when Superman's portrayed well, Clark Kent when he's kind of goofy looking.
Like Chris Reeve changes his posture, demeanor.
Yeah, it's gonna take like you're not gonna notice that they're the same people unless like you are close.
You're a close friend.
Like you're
or-
familiar with Clark Kent's face.
yeah.
So that's part one. Part two, most people don't get close enough to Superman's face to closely analyze
I'm
it.
by or yeah.
You know, I know I've met people who look very similar to other people until you get close and kind of actually look at the details of their face.
Right.
And thirdly, and this is the most important part, it's not about the glasses. The glasses are not what trick people into thinking that Clark Kent isn't Superman. It's Clark Kent that tricks people into thinking that he's not Superman. Because it's a perfect disguise because it's not a disguise.
Right.
Because
yeah.
he had
Hidden in plain
because
sight.
on both sides, because Superman usually in the comics and cartoons and stuff is pretty open with the public about who he is.
He's Kal-El.
He's Kal-El from the planet Krypton.
Krypton.
He lives in the Fortress of Solitude.
Yeah.
You know, and Clark Kent
he has
also
three
has the
different-
perfect disguise because he's Clark Kent from Smallville in
He has
Kansas.
3 alter egos.
Yeah, like-
Personas. Superman, Kal-El, and Clark.
Yeah, so it's like nobody would ever suspect that Clark Kent is Superman
Also,
because they would be like because they would either be like, no, I've seen on the news who Superman is. Superman doesn't have a secret identity.
Kal-El.
He's just Superman.
He's an
he's
alien.
Kal-El.
He's
Yeah.
Kryptonian.
Or
Yeah.
you would be like, if it was someone who knows Clark Kent, would be like, there's no way Clark fucking Kent is
Right,
Superman.
yeah.
I went to high school with that dude.
Yeah. He's a
Like
dork.
he's a fucking dork. There's no way
Yeah.
he looks kind of similar, but there's no way. And that's
also
why that's why it's the same thing also with Batman, where people were like, how do you not figure out
Also-
that Batman? It was like, think about this. If you were at work, say you lived in the DC universe, and you were at work, and you had a coworker who looked exactly like the Green Lantern.
well,
And
there's
you came into work one day and
Guy
told your
Gardner
boss,
version,
whatever version.
ginger bowl cut. Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah. Let's take that. You had a guy that looked like Nathan Fillion with a ginger bowl cut that worked at your office, and you came in one
When-
day and was like, "Listen," you went to your boss. Were like, "Listen, I think Jim over there is actually the Green Lantern."
Right.
They would be like,
laughing.
"You are fucking insane. What's wrong with you?"
Yeah.
No
I
one
just
would
wanna,
think that.
I want to just pull this up here.
Or even a more real life example. Say you had someone at your work who looked exactly like Elon Musk.
Just look at that. I can't wait to see that.
Let me.
Guy Gardner. Nathan Fillion's Guy
Oh
Gardner.
yeah, I love it. or take a real life example. Say you had a guy that worked, a coworker who looked exactly like Elon Musk, and you came into work one. You came into work one day and went to your boss was like, I think John over there is actually Elon Musk, and he's in disguise. They would be like, you are insane. What the fuck are you talking about?
There's also the third nerdy comic book explanation, I think, from the Silver Age. They has hypnotic lenses.
Oh yeah, there's that too.
They're like from he got the glass from a spaceship and put it in his glass.
Yeah, there's that too. He can also erase your memory by kissing
James
you.
Gunn hinted that might be what they do in the movie, which hey, go for it.
I would love if they did a stupid golden age thing like that.
But also, I haven't mentioned this at all, and it's been a lot of the marketing is a big part of the movie. Apparently, I like that crypto's in it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I like that it's going comic booky and having fun.
And we're getting a Jimmy Olsen on screen.
Yeah, like actual Jimmy
awesome.
Olsen. But yeah, it looks really promising. I so far the reviews have been very positive, but I've also heard people say you either love it or hate it. Stuff, you're gonna love it, but if you're like if you're a Snyder fan, you're probably gonna hate. Well, you're gonna hate it before. You're gonna hate it just because it isn't Snyder, because it isn't Henry Cavill's.
Yeah.
Which you're just selling yourself short from. You're not a Superman fan.
Yeah.
But anyways, I'm really pumped for that. I'm seeing it this Saturday, Max. So I'll let you guys know what you think.
Yeah, I probably won't see it opening weekend because I just want to avoid the crowds. But I am absolutely excited to see it though.
Yeah. Also, in a couple of weeks, we got Fantastic Four coming up. We'll save that for another discussion because there's a lot to unpack there.
Yeah, that looks good though.
It looks promising. I like that we're getting two like kind of Silver Age retro looking superhero movies back to back. You know. One other note. I heard Nicholas Hoult is really good and like, diabolical as Lex Luthor. Nice. He looks like a good Lex Luthor. Again, watching Batman v Superman, Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor doesn't work with me. I don't get what he was doing.
I will defend.
I guess he's trying to go for like a modern kind of quirky version of like how Gene
I will
Hackman
defend the idea of Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor of being he's like a tech billionaire.
Yeah.
Which is like what a Lex Luthor would be if adapted from our modern age.
Right.
The actual execution I hate, but
yeah. Lex Luthor would actually just be Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
So he's real.
Yeah, he is.
There's
there's a real, very wealthy bald guy out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And is Jeff Bezos evil? I don't know. I've never met the guy.
Yeah, right.
So I can't say that.
But he's bald.
But he's bald and he's wealthy. So
and he's wealthy.
That's 2 out of 3 check boxes there.
2 out of the 3 Lex Luthor. Yeah. Anyways, what have you been? I know I talked about what I was playing earlier, and we'll wrap this up. But what games have you been playing?
I don't have a whole lot to talk about. I've been still playing on the Switch too.
Give us an update.
I still love it. It's great. It's fun. I've been playing Cyberpunk on there. I haven't gotten very far into it, but I did download Dragon Quest 11, and I did it because I decided I want to try JRPGs, like really diving into a JRPG, because I've played them casually here and there over the years, but never really dived into them. But because over the last few years, I've gotten really into both, back into retro older games, but also into like CRPGs and more system heavy turn-based stuff. I was like, I want to try out JRPGs, see if it clicks with me.
Wait, which one have you been playing?
So I downloaded Dragon Quest 11.
On ice.
which I've heard is a very good one. A really cool features, the definitive edition. You boot up the game, you start your save, and it asks you, do you want to play this the normal way, which is, cool 3D kind of anime inspired graphics, or do you want to play the whole game as a 16-bit 2D game?
That's cool.
Which is a fucking cool feature.
I heard ReFantazio's are really good on JRPG.
Yeah. Well, it's like I'm kind of like,
and
for a long time I didn't hate JRPGs, but
Xenoblade.
I didn't vibe with a lot of turn-based combat really and stuff like that. But more recently, I feel like my tolerance for turn-based combat has softened a lot.
Yeah, check out the new Final Fantasy remake, Final Fantasy VII remake.
But there is a
it runs good on
world
Steam Deck.
of JRPGs out there, and I'm like,
the
untapped gaming world for me there. So I'm like, I'm gonna try it out.
And it's like finally clicking with you.
Yeah,
I like to hear that. I like when someone like gets into any new genre or thing.
Yeah,
I
also finally got MUOS, MUOS up running on my Ambernick, the SP, the RG35XX SP.
Worth it? Is it worth it?
It's so fucking good. Yeah, it's so much better than the stock OS.
Nice.
Get
It's Linux based, right?
Yeah, it's Linux based, so it's super easy. Just you get an SD card, you download the MUOS from their website, and you just use like the Raspberry Pi imager or something like that. There's a bunch of different softwares, but that's the one they recommend to use. And you flash the MUOS image onto the flash drive, and then you just stick it into your slot on the device, stick it in there, and it loads and does everything.
Stick in your little micro SD, please. I want that SD.
Get a good micro SD. I happen to have an old Nintendo Switch 125 gigabyte one laying around that I was not using for anything, so I was like, I'll use that for it.
There you go. That's all you need for.
But it's great. It's so much smoother. It boots faster. It has better.
You got rid of the bloat.
Yeah.
And I think that wraps up to the beginning of this episode.
Yeah.
Trim the fat, get rid of the bloat, and that can apply to everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like your computer, like
your computer,
or in your real life, your real bloat.
Your fingernails. Don't forget to trim them. If that's,
don't forget.
Unless you like having long fingernails,
trim the hair,
weirdo. Sorry, that. Does that count as body shaming? I shouldn't say that. If you like having long fingernails, you're not weird.
There's a certain level of weird.
I hate long fingernails, though. I can't stand it. If I'm typing on my keyboard and I can feel my fingernails clicking,
if you
and clacking,
can't,
it drives me crazy. I cannot stand
no
it.
body shaming, but I feel sorry for anyone, and I would be frustrated to be around anyone, and I'd be frustrated if I was this kind of person. If I had like long Freddy Krueger nails where I couldn't type or function a device.
I do see people who do have like the long acrylic nails, and I'll see them typing, and they type with like the pads of their fingers,
strange.
And I watch it, and I'm like, I would
uncomfortable.
Have a panic attack. I'm pretty sure.
I will.
if I had fingernails like that, it would not go like sensor. I don't have a lot of sensory things, but that's one of them. It drives me crazy.
Sometimes looking at certain people drives me crazy.
I think most people, if you look at most people long enough, that's how I know I love my partner, because I can look at her for longer and not be weirded out. You can look
at them long enough without getting weird.
Most people, if I stare at you long enough, I'll start to be like, man, people are weird looking.
Speaking of bloats, I am emptying my recycle bin.
Nice.
Bye. Anyways, trim the bloat and don't get scrote. That doesn't
make any sense.
Just trying to rhyme. It doesn't make any sense. Scrote. Don't let your scrote. Let's not go there. Anyways.
Oh fuck! I can't believe you've done this.
Good placement there.
We almost went a whole episode without any soundboard stuff.
Did. Almost. But since you've already opened Pandora's box, can't help myself here. But
PBRs are actually not as bad as I thought.
We'll let my dad in that one there. We'll see you next week. We will be back to the Odd Drum podcast. I know we've kind of maybe sooner than later.
Yeah.
Honestly, we might be posting a lot sooner. So maybe not even next week because I've been on vacation. We've been busy, but I've been on vacation and everything, and can't just have time for it. But we're gonna be continuing our cryptids, who we can beat thing.
Yeah.
Tier list, battle royale thing. So yeah, stay tuned for that, and stay tuned for more of that. Hope you have a great day, evening, whenever you're listening to this. It's called Morning Oddities, but hey, it's somewhere. So, any last words?
No.
All right. Oh, and play Vivaldi in your life, like now. There it is.